Minji, you say, I have one person to inspiring my career. You would probably want to say, I have one person who is inspiring my career. Or you could even say me and my career. To inspire, you can inspire your career, but probably sounds better to say inspiring me and my career. I have to say English. Definitely you want to say speak English instead of say. It is a little bit fear to me. If you want to say it is a little bit scary for me. Or you can just say I get nervous, it's difficult, something like that. Just focus the grammar, focus on. Increase my English skill, I would say improve instead of increase. It just sounds better. And you said she selected the most effective 25 CEOs. She selected, so she chose, or she was selected as one of the most effective 25. I think that's what you meant.
I have one question.
Yes.
What is difficult to speak and say?
Oh, it's speak, say, talk, tell. It's not easy. There are some good videos you can watch that kind of shows the difference. To say, I said. It's always hard to answer this question because they overlap a little bit. But say is general, right? I said something. What I said, you're thinking about a sentence or an example of what you said, right? Even a lot of times said is followed up with quotation marks. I said blah 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 blah. Oh, not always followed up with quotation marks. I said that it was angry. Something that you said, kind of an example. But when you're just saying speak, it's hard to speak Korean. It's much more general, and you're just talking about the act of words coming out of your mouth, as opposed to what the words, the importance of the words. So just the act of physically moving your mouth and sounds coming out, that is speaking, right? So if the teacher says, be quiet, don't speak, or don't talk, actually works in there. You cannot say, don't say. Don't say what, right? You kind of need an example or something like that. There are some videos you can watch that explain the difference between say and speak and tell, talk. It's not easy, but it can be. Soo-young, only single guy in his acquaintances. If you want to say only single guy in his group of friends works, or you can change the first part and say only single guy amongst his acquaintances. And then a couple times you will say it could be really old-fashioned. It could be, I think there are many times you want to use the word might instead of could. It might be. Again, it's a little bit hard to explain the exact difference of when, but it might be. Might really means like maybe, right? It maybe is. It might be. Sometimes they are interchangeable. That could happen. That might happen. But I forget the exact sentence there. It could be really old-fashioned. You were talking about a guy, or I forget. But in that situation, and there were a couple other times, it sounds like you might want to use the word might instead of could. I think you said good sample of leader, but you probably wanted to say a good example. And then a couple times you said advices in the plural, but it would never be in the plural. Advice. And I think you said items that they can productize. Did you say productize? It sounded like that. Probably produce. I don't think productize is a word. I would have to check the dictionary. Produce. And Eugene, I was keeping to conversation. You were talking about the date. Useful phrase you could use, I kept the conversation flowing. Sometimes we use the word flow with conversation. And then you said they have to have balance, both of them, with work, family, friends. When you said both of them, I thought you were talking about two people, the mentor and the mentee. but I don't think that's what you meant. You meant they have to have balance in many different categories. So you can't use the word both. Both is just limiting it to two. So they have to have balance in many different fields, or they have to have overall balance, like that. Not to have any fail, you say failure instead of failure is the noun. You said they have good communication. You probably want to add the word skills. They have good communication skills. It just sounds better. Or you can say they communicate well. And then the last one, not that good at mentor. You were talking about yourself. I'm not that good at mentor. You just need to add ing. I'm not that good at mentoring. Or I'm not that good at being a mentor. Again, mentor can be noun or verb. Any other